Commence primary ignition.
Hi, this is author Timothy Zahn. You're listening to Virtual Cantina Network.
Hi, everybody.
Hello there. I was so lost in watching Timothy Zahn, I actually lost track of the fact that I'm the host or one of the hosts of the show, and I was like, oh shit, we're here talking.
We're talking time now.
Oh crap, it's time to talk.
I can't tell you how many times that's happened to me over the course of the last 3 years, where I'm like, oh, right, we're on. And I'm usually like the person to say hi, everyone. And I'm like, oh, there we go. Yeah. Also, I think we're all a little punch drunk with like Celebration basically being like a week away. People are leaving starting next Friday, Saturday,
Some people are
Sunday.
already there.
Now, some people are gone.
Oh, the Star Wars Explained crew is already there. Don't think I haven't low jacked their luggage.
yeah.
They were talking about it on their stream on Saturday that they pre-recorded that they were doing a long vacation and their tail is at the front. There's a lot of people who are doing Disney, who are doing Tokyo in general, who are making a whole Japanese trip out of it, and then Celebration is the last thing they're doing. And then there are other people who are arriving right before the show who are staying afterwards. So it is wild to see so many people I know from the fandom and as far away as humanly possible from us.
Watch, I can say this and we'll see if we can answer. I think Delicard's already there.
No, he is soon. No, his birthday is tomorrow, and I know for a fact that he's in town because happy birthday, Mike. Happy almost birthday, Mike. His husband's. I was like, oh, what are you doing to celebrate? He's like, his husband's planning a surprise, which I don't know anything about otherwise. And so neither does Mike.
What
I'll have to call Sergio. I have his number.
I know. I want to know. I want it to be something like we're going to Disney because they do that every week anyway.
No, it's so cute. And I live vicariously through them every single time. And I saw his picture with Vi, and I'm like,
did you? Okay, so in the where it was Ordinary Adventures is a YouTube channel that I follow. They were showing Luke Skywalker at Galaxy's Edge. Mike was in the background of their picture in his full regalia. Yeah, and his like hat and what is it, the poncho?
Poncho,
He doesn't cosplay, but he dresses up for Disney.
Yeah.
It's the Poncho Bros. But yeah, it's been like a pretty crazy time. Like I have friends who are already in Hawaii on their way there. Like I know Spencer's on his way there.
To Hawaii?
Yeah. Not to Hawaii, but to Japan. I don't know which
Spencer's on his way.
We had a friend staying laying over. They were going from west. If you live in California,
he does. So
Spencer's already on his way?
I think so.
Yeah.
Cool. We can say whatever we want tonight.
Meanwhile, I've spoken to him 4 times today, so you wouldn't know it. I hope he's listening.
Lots of downtime once you check that luggage, and it's just like lots of waiting.
The cat is away. The mice are going to play.
We have so much that we're doing too, because he
and
I we're talking about plans for Texas, which we can't talk about on air, and we will not.
We're on
Texas.
Air.
I know. Well, everyone knows a show is happening in Texas with Rebel ScumCon, and we're heavily involved in that, so that's very exciting.
But they don't know what is happening yet.
Yeah, they don't know all the details. More to come post Celebration. Let's all survive Celebration first. I keep saying it that way because there's very few people being left behind in America that are not senior ranking members of the VCN. Like I'm technically, along with Bryce, the most senior person from the channel, which is horrifying. So we're going to, because Dave and Jeff are going, and so are Spencer, and obviously Frank and John are going to be there. So it's the kind of thing where we're putting all of our plans in place. We're super excited. We're going to have nightly news and so many other hosts from the network, and even participants from the network who are usually not on air are going to pop in and guest host with us during those 5 straight nights that we're going to be on air covering everything. Because I'm assuming now, I think you guys, Ashley and Jeff and Dave, when you did the nightly news for London, you were on for like an hour and a half, 2 hours each night.
Easily.
Yeah.
There was a lot of like photos. There was a lot of like slides. So a lot of conversation, a lot of things that we were looking forward to, a lot of speculation that we had for trailers and the seasons ahead on things. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, the more the merrier. And there's for sure. And once you get a lot of people talking about a subject, as you know, it's just everybody just talks about it, and it can easily turn into like an hour and a half.
Yeah. So. Oh, for sure. So I think that's what it's going to be like over here. And actually, for a little bit of housekeeping, for everyone looking at next week's programming, which I know a lot of people are traveling, and if you're in Japan, you're not going to stop what you're doing and tuning into the network. But for everyone in America looking for programming, we are not going to be doing a Clone Wars Revisited or a Rebels Revisited next week.
That either.
We're taking 2 weeks off, actually, because of celebration. Instead, next week
and my birthday.
That's right. And to celebrate Ashley's birthday.
Thank you.
Which we do need to actually get together and do something. But if I can make it to Boston, I know Skip is going to host us at the Ruckle Ranch at some point, but we're working on dates.
We're trying to figure out.
But in the meanwhile, go ahead.
No. We're just trying to figure out a date now.
Yeah, we're gonna
King
make it
Tut
happen.
has come to the Biltmore Estate. There's a King Tut exhibit at Biltmore Estate. Look up the Biltmore House.
Well, I love Biltmore.
And there's all the information about Tutankhamun, or however you say his name.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Oh, man. I'd be like, put it back in the tomb. Everything's messed up enough as it is.
Whatever we unpacked, pack it back. We've all seen the
lovingly wrapping it and all the belongings in bubble wrap. Just be
back to Egypt, wherever it was originally was. That the white man did not touch it, please. But I'm sure it's safe in Biltmore. But next week is all celebration. So Wednesday,
full tilt.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. All celebration nightly news. That's all we're doing. So the network is being fully dedicated to all things celebration, the same way the Facebook page is 100% right now dedicated to all things celebration. So we are in the celebration swing of it. We had the news desk on Saturday with me and Gary. We have one more this Saturday, and then it's on to the news and then the event, the Not So Virtual Cantina, the celebration event, the 501st Bash, everything else that's happening. There's amazing stuff happening. And then
Tokyo,
it was like regular scheduled programming. Yeah. There's a meetup at Tokyo Disneyland. There's so much to do. It's crazy.
Right. Oh man, so much going on, and I'm all living vicariously through you guys. Like you guys are. I know you and Gary were talking about like really cool merch that they have so far there. I know my friend Chris Travis has done like a couple of pieces for it, and really excited about it. It's so hi Sherry. It's so like regional, it's so Japanese inspired that like it's really unique. Like the water bottle that looks like a lantern is so cool. I'm like, and the fan, like the Ahsoka fan, beautiful.
That Ahsoka fan is gorgeous. General Sherry, thank you for joining. We are going to be watching micro series, the last part of the micro series, you said 33-ish minutes or
33
something?
33 minutes remaining. So it's chapters 24 and 25.
Okay.
So.
I love this micro series so much. I wish there was like hours and hours more content of it. We will be getting into season 2 of Clone Wars after our little hiatus. It's only 2 weeks, so we'll be back in 3 weeks post-celebration. Skip will get some time off. You get to enjoy. Ashley and I will be on air more than ever. By the way, Corky for life. So, as I said, I spoke to Spencer.
Isn't he supposed to be on his way to Japan?
I told you, you can't escape him. We were having a whole conversation about Corky Kryze unprompted today, and sort of trying to figure out like who do we really think his mom is? Is it Satine? Is it Bo-Katan? Is it some other lady that we don't know about? Is there a secret sibling? Because they can't both be his aunt. Who's the other sibling? Like
we
who's
need
the
to
missing
know.
person? And by the way, if it is Satine or Bo-Katan, is it Obi-Wan Kenobi as the dad? Like, does Kenobi have a secret kid? This
Didn't
better
we
be
ask
answered.
James Arnold Taylor about
Obi-Wan
this?
doesn't know he has a kid.
I feel like
Whoa.
Obi-Wan would be a really great dad, and it would be sad if he didn't know he had a kid.
But see, yeah, Katie knows. So,
Sorry, says Katie knows.
but of course she wouldn't tell him because she knows that he would end up leaving his beloved order.
Yeah, he would have left the order. But here's the thing: he should have.
High ground.
Like, it's not like, yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like it was doing well at that point anyway. But
look, he could be the armorer's kid. Is everyone just an aunt? Like, do they use that phrase the way you would use a friend of a parent? Like, I have a lot of my mom and dad's friends who I call aunt and uncle. They're not blood relatives.
For sure.
Katie wouldn't tell us at Rhode Island Comic Con. She knows something. We're gonna corner her.
Yeah.
With my shirt, I'm gonna just go accost like we're gonna go accost one of the celebrities coming to the event. They're gonna love that.
So Spencer, to be fair, Katie was freaking freezing because they put her in the hockey arena at the Amica Pavilion. So she's probably just trying to get through the end of the line.
Like, no.
And we're over there just holding her up from taking a break and like, oh, come on, is Corky Grease like, Satine's son? And no, just get out of here. I want to go and break.
And you know what's exciting? Like, the Clone Wars, we all knew we were going to see Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Padme. We didn't know we were going to get Ahsoka until the movie. We certainly didn't know we were going to get a Duchess Satine or Mandalore or some background world of, like, I guess the origin world of what ended up becoming Boba Fett, right? Like, that's the original, if we're doing production order connection, like Boba Fett's a Mandalorian in theory.
Karen and Travis didn't know either.
Right. Yeah. So, like, we really had no idea watching this little series what it was going to spawn into and the world building it was going to give us. The return of Darth Maul, like just the Mortis arc, like all of this stuff that really became integral to Star Wars. I mean, Ahsoka more than anything else. Like, she's now the crazy glue that holds it all together. But I love everything about Mandalore. I mean, right now, the Mandalorian time frame, this like in between 6 and 7, is the most important slice of Star Wars. Like, the Mando Grogu movie comes out next year. We've done 3 seasons of the TV show, 2 of which prominently featured Katie Sackhoff as Bo-Katan Kryze, who's introduced in Clone Wars. And of course, it's all about the Mandalorian system, the Armorer, all the other, the Night Owls, every other slice of Mandalore. There's the Boba Fett show. There's like all this other stuff happening. Like, it's all a spin-off of Clone Wars. Ahsoka has her own show. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And we call it the Mandalorian era.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that post Empire Strikes Back era is now, commonly referred to as the Mandalorian area. So era. Yeah. My Sylvester Stallone lip failing me now.
The in between 6 and 7 is a really exciting time frame, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what's great about it is Luke, Han, and Leia are all alive, but I have not really seen them. Like, Luke has those couple of scenes, but like, thankfully he's not been overused. And we haven't seen Leia yet, and we haven't seen Han yet, and Orlando or anyone really from the original trilogy, and I don't really know if we will, and I don't think we need to. And they've really carved out their own space and time for this era. Like, it belongs to Mando and a little bit to Ahsoka, and a little bit to Bo-Katan. So I'm good. Yeah, Spencer, I'm okay with that too. Same. I like the fact that, like, even though we're technically during the Skywalker 90 years, it doesn't feel very Skywalker-ish, even though Ahsoka's constantly there.
Did you say the Skywalker 90 years?
It is, right? From episode 1 to episode 9. Like, we go through 90 years of time. Like,
is it really that long?
It's crazy. Well, it's probably closer to 70. Like, whatever it is, it's too much.
Long freaking time.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
It's set 20 years before Luke is born, and then he dies an old man. So, like, it's a nice range of time. It's not quite
he's
a century.
In his late 60s when he dies. So
old.
Excuse me.
Put him down. Yeah,
dude. Get him. Get him.
Skip. Yes.
Get him.
Well, look, one of my best.
My mid-60s is only 10 years away. Yeah,
I know. It's getting there. I feel it.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm still like, you guys have heard me talk about Batman Forever and how much I love that movie, and the loss of Val Kilmer this week has been absolutely sad. And yeah, just I kind of wish I had met him at Terrificon in 2019, but I was like, oh, like I don't want to like. It was, he had throat cancer. My father had throat cancer, and they passed in the same way, like aspirative pneumonia, and getting pneumonia can be really easy for someone who's had throat cancer. So it's
I'm
just,
sure it must have been emotionally overwhelming.
yeah. So I was kind of unsure about whether or not to go say hi. Like I would have in a minute if I could, but I was just like, I don't know if I can handle seeing him just be hurting like that and have like
I love
Drake and
Tombstone.
oh, so
His
good.
last holiday. I'll be your Huckleberry.
Yes, thank you, Jason. You get it.
Mm-hmm.
That was so underrated as Batman. Loved him in that movie. Yeah, I mean, he was the first. Like, he was very elegant as Bruce Wayne, but he was very like, stoic and powerful as Batman too. So he had that side of it, and yeah.
I mean, I still probably best know him as Iceman.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
he's incredible in Top Gun.
Top Gun was the first movie I ever saw with my dad. Like I woke up in the middle of the night and he was watching it on HBO in our living room, and I was like, "Can I watch with you?" And like, been a fan ever since. So I got to go to the Kansas City barbecue bar in San Diego where they filmed the piano scene from that movie, and all the locals love it there. And they have a signed Val Kilmer picture on the wall, and I took a picture of that, so I made sure to put it on Facebook this week. But yeah, so sending our condolences to his family and friends. Like, it was a rough loss.
Well, while we're talking about those movies, you can't not talk about.
What are you laughing about?
Super
Scooby, sure.
No. Oh shoot! Now I've lost it. Top Secret.
Yes.
That movie was hilarious.
The Top Secret movie, Top Secret.
Oh my gosh! Yes,
it's a
Top
comedy,
Secret.
and he's like,
it's Elvis. Like an airplane spoof. Like Airplane was to all the.
It's by the same people who did Naked Gun.
75 and 77 movies. It was a spoof on that. Top Secret was a spoof of James Bond and other spy movies. Hilarious.
My favorite was the clip that's been popping up with the shootout, and he's shooting them through the window, and the guy's shooting back the X's, and he's doing the O's, and they're playing tic-tac-toe through the windows. It's just like, it's so crazy and campy, and that would be so much fun. So kind of bummed. And Kiss Kiss Bang Bang with Robert Downey Jr., like those two just riffing off each other and like madcap style.
I've never seen that movie.
It's on Prime. It's free if you have Prime, but it's Shane Black directed it. He's the guy who directed Iron Man 3. Yeah, and he was also in Predator when he was younger with like Arnold and everybody. So yeah.
Terry Jones.
Okay, this is weird. Peter Cushing is in Top Secret.
Really?
You remember that? I'm sure.
No, I'm looking at the Wikipedia. I've never seen this movie. Peter Cushing is the bookstore proprietor in.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, there's your Star Wars connection. And then some guy named Jim Carter, not to be confused with Jimmy Carter.
Yeah, it's also on Prime. Make sure you watch that if you have Prime. It's free.
It's a hilariously, silly.
Check it out. I did see. CinemaCon was last week, and so we were just keeping an eye on all the trailers and everything going on. And I saw a trailer for the new Naked Gun with Liam Neeson, which he's got an interesting, we'll call it fourth act, I guess we'll call it, because after the Taken movies, which was kind of his third act, I was like, oh, what a great way to do your send out, and maybe now you'll age into like prestige roles a la Maggie Smith kind of shit, right?
Hello, Qui-Gon Jinn, Force
full
Ghost.
opposite, right? Well, right, but like Qui-Gon Jinn was back when he was like, he wasn't young, but he wasn't old. He was the older of like he
second run.
Yeah, it was Act 2 for him. He was now no longer the hot young ingenue guy. He was the older guy.
Do you remember seeing him on Miami Vice?
No, I'm not that. I don't want to say I'm not that old, but like I don't remember Miami Vice as a kid, and I didn't watch that as an adult in reruns.
Oh my god!
I watched it when it came out.
Yeah.
Yes, he was a bad guy on Miami Vice.
Mm-hmm.
I remember
and
that.
He looks like he would have played a good villain back in the day.
Oh yeah, he's good in that show.
And then what was that movie that he did with the guy that did the cop movie? What was a spoof cop? A Police Academy. Steve
Guttenberg.
Gutenberg, and did a ghost movie where Liam Neeson was this Irish ghost.
I haven't heard of that. That sounds fun.
It was kind of funny.
See, AI has me so like paranoid in some cases. I'm over here counting Shakti's fingers in this welcome the screen for Clone Wars micro series, and I'm like, how many fingers does she have? But yeah, definitely check those out. Obviously, The Doors, like Oliver Stone couldn't tell him from Jim when he was listening to the recording, so that was so cool.
I'm trying to think what else happened in the pop culture news this week. I feel like CinemaCon, there were so many little things. Like we got a new trailer for Thunderbolts, which comes out in about a month.
Looks so good.
I'm so pumped.
Ares.
Tron. That trailer like got me excited for Tron.
For sure. 9 Inch Nails doing the music instead of Daft Punk this time since they retired.
I love the original when it came out, and I watched it.
I did too.
Theater.
Oh, I saw it as an older kid and didn't really get it, but when I watched it as an adult, I was like, "Yes, here we go!" And then we saw Tron Legacy in theaters.
Love
and I remember,
yes,
like the de-aging CGI like wasn't terrible, but I remember really liking that movie and feeling it was really underrated. And I was disappointed that like it didn't lead to anything bigger. And now we're finally back with the third one. I think because I have to promote that roller coaster.
They had to let it die and settle a little bit. Yeah. And then people go, but I really want the third one. Give me a third one.
Yep. It's Star Wars. Everyone needs to get over it and then let it breathe. That's kind of how it goes.
You can't hear it,
Well, Jared Leto's having quite the moment because he's going to be Ares in Tron Ares, and then he's going to be Skeletor in Masters of the Universe.
Yeah, he's producing Tron Ares.
That is a vanity credit. But that being said, it's always nice to have a producer credit. Diego Luna has one for Andor.
As he should.
Sure, he's probably contributing. Look, I don't mean to put down Jared Leto, but like a lot of times your lead is now getting producer credits because also it's usually like another point or something.
Oh, like Ewan and Obi-Wan. But I feel like if they're guiding the story that much and they have their contributions to the characters, like why not?
Here's the thing that we'll never know if they are because producers don't have the same not qualifications, requirements according to the guild rules, right? Actors have certain things they need to be, like you need to be on screen or your voice or something. There are things that you need to check the box to like earn your SAG card, right? Whereas like production is a lot more vague, but it's a lot more innocuous as to like what qualifies for a producer credit. And that while there are technically requirements, like you've seen movies where there are 25 producers. Anyone can. I don't want to say anyone can kind of get that. Sometimes it is just a vanity credit.
What the heck does a producer do?
Well, apparently they can do. Here's the thing. I think on the range they can do literally nothing, or they can do everything. Because on the real production side, from what I understand, is you have to get the movie made. You are the person making sure behind the scenes that the money is secured, the right people are in place, like that all the tasks that needed to get done, you're the project manager. Did the casting cast? Is the director shooting? Are they staying on budget? Is the SFX team getting what they need to do their footage? Are they doing it correctly? Does it look good? Are the right people signing off on stuff? Like is the studio seeing a cut of the film when they're supposed to? Deadlines, budgets, timelines, buy-ins. Like that's what an actual producer does. Executive producers are usually names, and it's like, oh, Quentin Tarantino presents, meaning he has given his approval to this, meaning audiences might go see it, right? So his name being associated versus someone else actually making the thing. Although Quentin does make a lot of his own stuff, but like you can imagine having an executive producer whose name carries weight that might convince someone to otherwise go give something a try.
Right.
Yeah. And that's why the range is so big. What does a producer do? if you Google that, good luck like getting to an answer, and every producer you talk to will tell you something different. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so should we, before we get into this, we're going to pick up with 30 minutes left to go
33 minutes.
in episode 2
Yes.
of which is not really episode 2, it's episode 55 or 63, because they're like 3 minutes long.
So
these are a little longer though.
Yeah.
Well, these are a little bit more detailed.
Yeah.
It's like 15 minutes.
They talk a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get some more dialogue, which is great.
And a little CG sprinkled in.
Yeah. Hollywood Explained. Oh, Scoob.
For sure, Scooby.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not even in it. I'm adjacent to it. We have other people like. If you asked any of the actors that do the Thursday Night Watch-alongs, that guest and everything, like they could explain the industry far better than I could. I'm just like adjacent to it, but there really is quite a range of like what producers actually do, and also who qualifies for credits in a movie, like, and also who qualifies for awards. Like we still don't have awards for stunt people, which is utterly ridiculous.
Yeah, so it would always go to like the 8711 action team for like the John Wick, and nobody too got announced. So I'm excited about
I just
that.
want to be the guy that gets Mr. Smith his coffee every morning. Mr. Smith's coffee man.
Yeah, why not? That sounds great. And you know what? They get a credit in the movie, and so do people in white collar office jobs who work at corporate now. Like you'll see the PR team and marketing and things like that getting credits in them. Yeah, which is crazy. Like I understand why that was negotiated in, but also is it really related to the production of the film? You can have that debate, right? But you know what? Someone said yes, I'm not about to take away their credit.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh man. But yeah, they announced a lot of big things at CinemaCon. Again, like they had Ballerina and the cast from Ballerina and the John Wick universe go, and
that looked really good.
So excited about that in June.
Does anybody know what happened to Pedro? Or not? Or no, Oscar. Who is it that Pedro? What am I saying? Oscar is no longer going to be at Celebration. What kind of conflict did he have?
It's Avengers Doomsday. That's a guess. It's not concrete, but it's a guess.
I also know nothing.
But again, totally don't know nothing.
Here's the gag. Do you what's funny is when they announced all those stupid chairs, his name showing up on a chair would have actually been really interesting because who's he playing? Moon Knight or Apocalypse or both? Like that's what's so interesting is he's one of the
Moon Knight Apocalypse.
There's almost no actors in this iteration of the MCU that has played more than 2 roles or more than 1 role. Like there might be a handful, and so don't quote me in the comments. But actually, if you know another example, throw it in the comments. But like Oscar Isaac would have been a really interesting one where it's like, oh, who's he playing? Like that's kind of neat.
Yeah, well, Chris Evans with Johnny Storm and Captain America, but
yeah,
there's already a Johnny Storm in
there you go. So. And now Robert Downey Jr. So 3 big names right there, and those are 3 big names.
Yeah,
have all played more than 1 role in the MCU or Fox. X-Men movies or whatever. Yeah,
we're gonna see. I know they had interviews with Alan Cumming, and he was really excited to be back, like 23 years later, playing Nightcrawler. And he's like, I just turned 60. Like this is crazy.
He's having such the career. He's having an Act 3 for the ages.
Oh, for sure.
So I gotta tell you, the Traitors. I've never here's the thing. So. Being gay famous is very different than being famous. Like I've been a fan of Alan Cumming for a long time. Obviously, people know him from X-Men. But if you didn't bother to care who he was, or if you only saw him in that one thing, he's like a Broadway actor, he's a singer. Like he's
cabaret.
He's big in that space. And then he's just like a big weirdo too. And so when he got this gig hosting, did we lose Skip?
Yes, we did.
When he got this gig hosting the Traitors. Like that was like huge mainstream kind of thing, way beyond anything he had done other than X-Men. This is definitely the biggest thing he's done since X-Men.
Yeah, that's really cool. I cannot wait. I'm really excited for this.
Yeah, I think Doomsday is going to be a blast. I think that's where Oscar Isaac is. But like, that's crazy that Marvel couldn't, figure out how to shoot around him for a weekend. You know what I mean? So
I don't know. If anybody, like he would make so much money in Japan. Like he's like a marquee character that not a lot of people have met because he's only, let's face it, he's only done like what, New York Comic Con a couple of years back.
I think that
So
one
that's it.
time, yeah, he like never signs. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll get
Oh,
Skip on
yeah,
the
Skip.
stage.
There we
He's
go.
back.
What happened?
You got blipped out of existence.
Yep.
Yeah, that
Thanos
was weird.
snapped and Skip was gone.
I was like, all of a sudden I watched Mark freeze up, and then I looked at Ashley's froze up, and I was like, oh shit, it's not the
It's
two of
you.
them, it's me.
Yeah.
Damn
They're
it.
frozen.
And I tried to
she's
sign
gone.
back in. I went back. I was like, oh shit. I was waiting because it was like, I was like, maybe I'm going to come back in. Then all of a sudden I was like, oh crap. So I closed off and then couldn't get back. I'm back.
But yeah, so we're gonna start the episode. So it's season 1, episode 2, the Clone Wars 2D micro series, chapter 23 through 25. Sorry, 24 and 25. So we're gonna start off at 33 minutes.
Yeah. Break out your Disney Plus. Remember to go all the way down to Star
To the most
Wars
depressing
Vintage.
part of the
If
menu.
you were here last week, you only have to go back down to previously watching, and then you can start it up right where you were before.
It's true.
No scrolling, no depression.
Unlike Mark, who wasn't here last
I know,
weekend,
I
so
fully
he
missed
has
it.
to catch up.
I
with
went
us.
to the premiere of Screamboat, and it was amazing. I'll talk about it as we do
And
the
left
episodes.
us hanging.
So how is Kylie? I love that.
We have a lot of Screamboat, Kylie. It's been a week, and I've got more stuff coming. All right,
Yeah.
let me set the countdown, and then we will start watching
Okay.
Clone Wars, our final micro series episode. But we stretched it out for 4 episodes. I mean, guys, like this is a lot.
It's a lot.
So
It's a lot.
I know it was good. All right, here comes the countdown. Okay, what was the timestamp exactly?
I can't see. It was right in the middle of the fight.
Okay, so let's see. I've got 3101.
Big space battle. So we stopped
Got
it before the big space battle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
There was exactly 33 minutes left of this one.
Oh, terrific. Okay.
That was where we started.
Yep. It's so beautiful. It's such a weird animation style. It looks
General
so
Tin.
good.
Sassy Tin.
It's going to be a good summer for movies.
Mm.
We got Thunderbolts, Superman.
By the way, if you're a dog owner, the new Superman footage is like, you know, when your dog's excited and he's jumping all over you, he doesn't give a shit if your bones are broken or whatever. It's
Yep.
full on.
Hilarious.
Crypto is going to be the breakout of that movie.
Yeah. And they shared a side by side of Ozo, James Gunn's dog, and Crypto, and it's just the color has changed, like even down to the ear. It's exact same. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, he loves his rescue dog. Apparently it's a menace, but you know, all dogs are.
Yeah.
Yeah, Skip, you were saying the summer movies. We've got Thunderbolts, we've got Superman, we've got Fantastic Four.
Mission Impossible.
Yeah, that one I'm gonna skip, but I understand why people are gonna want to see it.
I love seeing it on a big screen.
No, it's not my franchise.
Tron Ares is in October, so we got a bit of a wait for that.
We have time for that.
What about when's and then Mandalorian and both the Avengers movie aren't until
2026.
2026.
Yep.
And it's just one Avengers movie. It'll be Doomsday in 26, and then Secret Wars in 27. So we'll have to do that same thing where it's like Infinity War and then Endgame.
They're still with the cat people. Obi-Wan's really good at translating cat people.
Gotta love Yoda. Except for the fact of missing that, this was a ploy to destroy the Jedi and stuff like that.
Yeah, where was this during the actual Clone Wars, Yoda? You could have been way more useful.
Ghost hand.
This is kind of like, if he could do this, then why did they lose the war?
Yeah. Ooh.
Girl.
Blowing up everything.
Even Droidicas. Like, look at this shit.
Oh, look at that. Oh.
Why did you need to go into exile if you could just do all this? Like, just cram him back in and crush it.
Yeah, he's definitely overpowered. That's one of the hard things with, like, the Jedi in particular.
Obi-Wan looks stoned in these movies, with his eyes half slitted open.
He's definitely very relaxed.
He's just too cool. That's all there is.
What is the deal with these slugs?
And the underarm hair.
Yuck.
Weird
this stuff. I like that he has a little David Bowie kind of. Yeah.
But I mean, you know, does not Obi-Wan look stoned?
Oh. Obi-Wan had the peyote.
Obi-Wan's like, don't worry, I'm going to keep my clothes and not get tattooed. You have a blast, Padawan.
Yeah, you're getting tattooed by monstrous slug.
Remember, you are in your trials.
Yeah, at all times. Yeah, because he never makes it to master.
Ugh, that's disgusting. Appa! Yip yip! Wait, wrong show.
Sherry's saying that these guys remind her of the people from Avatar. Yep.
Yeah!
And at first I was like, not Avatar, and then I was like, you mean Avatar The Last Airbender, which should be the default setting, but I had just seen something about fire and ash for, you know, the blue-skinned avatars at CinemaCon, and so that one's top of mind for me. There was actually so much announced at CinemaCon that I can't even keep track. And there are things that I thought we already knew that I feel like the rest of America didn't know. Like, people are surprised about this Hunger Games prequel coming out. And I feel like we've been talking about this forever. And then they're like, oh, it's about Hamish. Like, I wonder what's going to happen. And I was like, he wins. He fucking wins. Like, what are we doing here?
But it's like what messes him up so badly to just be like a raging alcoholic /
he probably had to kill the woman he loves, which is always, it's something terrible, or his mom or something. He's going to be a dead woman, and they're going to blame his
Which one was Hamish?
It's Woody Harrelson's character.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my friend is letting me borrow that book. I want to read it before it comes out. My friend Christine is letting me borrow it. She's like, oh, I'm going to your sister's next week. I'll bring it. And I'm like, yes. She's like, I'm done with it. She's like, I'll never read it again. I'm like, okay.
I was reading something about
Hunger Games. I'm not a big fan.
I like the original. I like Catching Fire.
Mockingjay.
I didn't love Mockingjay, but I understand. It's funny now watching it where I'm like, oh, it's too.
Natalie Dormer is one of the reasons why I shaved my head the way I did. Because she looks awesome.
Yeah, she's got a cool look. There was this line, and it feels so obvious now and just like so heavy-handed, but at the time it felt like really profound, and I feel like for a lot of people it is still pretty profound, where everyone in the audience is horrified that Katniss is supposedly going into the games while pregnant, because they're concerned about the baby, but they have literally no concern for all of the other children that they're pitting against each other to die. And it's just like this terrible irony, and I just love the non-action scenes in Hunger Games of the manipulations and the way everyone is trying to maneuver in those movies. Like, I like all of that, even better than the action. The action's incredible. That first one made me literally nauseous. Oof. From like the handheld cameras and just like the fight sequences and how bloody and violent and
also our first view of Amandla Stenberg.
Amandla, exactly. And she was incredible. And in some ways, she's kind of the triggering incident in a lot of ways is like her death that leads to like...
That's a pretty horrendous scene that we just saw there. Where
this is all just...
Wipes out the clone troopers.
Yeah, no, this is terrible. As we're talking about the Hunger Games, we're like living it over here in this animation.
Oh. Throwing people out of windows.
Grievous is really like out of control.
Who's the tallest?
These other Jedi are terrible.
Like, you're freaking Shakti. Come on, y'all.
She's the only one who got him.
Muff tack. He runs like a cat.
Yeah. General Grievous is so relentless in this series, and he seems so much less threatening in the movies.
Whoa.
Girl, that was a stupid plan.
Don't blow the glass out of the window. Come on.
So other things from CinemaCon. The crypto footage was awesome. Super fun. I do still think the Snyder Bros need to be slapped in the face because a bunch of them were like, Superman with the sun, and you name it, they have something to bitch about, right? So this movie needs to make $1 billion just to shut them up, like more than anything else. Outside of that, we did get some more Fantastic Four stuff. We do have confirmation that Sue Storm is pregnant in the movie, which is very exciting. So obviously they've been together for a while. It's not an origin story. There's going to be a little flashback kind of thing to show, because they've been the Fantastic Four for a while, and it does seem like Galactus is arriving to eat their planet, if not their whole world. I don't know if that means planet, universe, whatever. I was reading some of the breakdowns and watching some of the videos, and no one seems to know. But I guess it doesn't make a whole hell of a lot of difference to them if their Earth is getting eaten or if like their whole universe is getting eaten. But either way, you have to assume that that incident is what will pull them into the MCU, like incursion or otherwise escaping or something. I don't know.
Do you think they're going to announce? You just mentioned the incursion. Do you think they're going to announce Clea
for Doomsday or Secret Wars
or another? Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. Marvel loves to do these like end credit scenes that go nowhere, and I think that's what they have to reset for Phase 6, 7.
Yeah.
What are we in? Yeah. Like, and we've got to get the mutants in. I'll be honest. Like, there are too many characters. Like, when they started lining up those chairs, there are so many characters. And then I got to tell you, of the many, 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 how many would you ride or die for? Like, the original Avengers, as much as people like made fun of like the fact that Hawkeye and Black Widow and whoever else were part of the crew, like, ride or die. We will die with the Black Widow and the Scarlet Witch and Clint and Iron Man. I don't know how many people are like dying for the vast majority of those chairs, and I don't want to single out one particular person. Well, for Ant-Man, sure. And Ant-Man, I would say, is close to OG.
And I do love Shuri. You know? I do love Shuri. I love that she's coming back. Obviously, I'm a huge like X-Men fan, and like bringing back the OGs is really cool. But
I mean, that was really the when the Avengers came out. That was the original crew.
Yeah,
Hulk, Thor, Iron Man, Captain America, and I don't know if Hawkeye was there right away, but he was pretty close early on.
Yeah, I think Ant-Man and Wasp were probably the only two that like from the real founding members of the Avengers in the comics that weren't part of like the founding in the MCU. But that's because they set that origin
storyline on what they've been playing in the MCU.
Yeah.
Hank becomes an alcoholic or whatever, and he's the one that creates Ultron and tries to destroy the Avengers. And they put him in prison. And
I would have loved to have seen like a real Hank Pym Ant-Man movie, like not Scott Lang Ant-Man. Like
Oh,
I think that would
I
have
was
been
kind of
really
surprised they
interesting.
went that way because
Yeah.
everybody knows Hank Pym is Ant-Man. Why are we doing this Scott Lang thing?
Yeah.
I had to look him up. I didn't know who he was.
I only knew
Did
that
you
it was
guys
the
just
two
see
time
Vader?
periods. No. Where's Vader?
Okay, so in the relief painting on the wall, it's like saying this machine was like taking over and killing people, and it kind of morphed to like the animal that was taking over. And like really quick, it was like a mechanical mosaic of Vader's helmet.
Oh, how fun.
It was so cool.
I was about to say,
Meanwhile,
Anakin is doing his trials right now.
Anakin not freezing to death, shirtless and slug tattooed.
Good times.
Good times.
My next cosplay. I'm surprised
You
I'm
should.
surprised that none of the like douchey bodybuilder types who do shirtless Anakin have done this version with the
Oh,
blue
for
cape.
real?
Like that would be because it's such an easy way to be like, of course I have to be shirtless for this. Like it's all the guys who are Darth Maul who are doing the shirtless red with the body paint and everything. There's got to be some people looking to do micro series Anakin.
No, you know. Nobody slides off this giant mechanical slab. Nobody. Okay.
Shock T's delivering, let me tell you. She's doing what she can. The other two
Subways
are not...
in Star Wars.
Yeah. Which we do see trains in the lower levels of Coruscant at some point.
Don't do that. I've been trying to stop that all night.
I know. It's just...
I woke up at 3 a.m. today and I just could not get back to sleep.
It's from waking up early for work, and it becomes like part of the... Yeah. I woke up like 20 minutes before my alarm, which is always the worst because you can't get back to sleep after that. And it was one of those days at work, too, because like we're dealing with tariffs and whatever else.
At my age, you have to learn to get back to sleep because it's 2 or 3 times a night getting up.
See, I'm pretty good just like relatively sleeping through, unless I fall asleep on the couch and then like at 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, why am I on the couch? But I'm 44.
Oh yeah, you got about another 3 or 4 years, and all of a sudden you'll start waking up a couple.
I will always forever.
No.
I will forever and always be younger than Star Wars. So that's
same.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Return of the Jedi birthday. That's what I got going for me. If you know, you know.
I'm the same age as Friday the 13th because that also came out in 1981. So that's the franchise that I age with.
1981.
Why does look at
Palpatine?
He looks like a little baby. Cracks me up like
I'm born in January of 81. I'm the start of the millennials, and boy, are we pissed. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Every millennial I know, if we lived through our fifth market collapse of a life, fifth once in a lifetime fucking events.
Tired of these unprecedented times, Grandpa.
Economy and this government and this ridiculous country, as our quality of life descends. Like, let me tell you, we are in the prequel era. I don't think people realize this. Like the episode 1 crawl of taxation of trade routes leading
George
to the
Lucas
rise of fascism.
The whole time.
Yeah. My big question for everyone is: Are we in episode 3 or are we in episode 6? Because y'all better figure it out real soon. Like,
facts.
This is the real question. Or
I have to give a shout out to Lori and everyone who went to the protests around the country, and
there were a lot of them.
There was a lot of them. So I know she had a woman's places in the resistance sign, and it was really cool. So
like carry on signs with Carrie,
Hey, Carl, y'all packed up yet?
Konnichiwa. Very exciting that people are headed to Japan. It is happening. People are going. Meanwhile, David Bowie Anakin over here.
Dancing magic pants. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't. Like, this is just weird. And it's weird how the slug, like, traced the scar on his eye. Like, what is happening? And then these weird, freaky, helmeted bros again. We saw them in season 1 of the Clone Wars.
I swear that there's one of them in like Attack of the Clones or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember. Or maybe it was the Clone Wars. I lose track now.
Oh, that's awful. Wow, that was really brutal.
The giant rat men.
Cat people.
Obviously, there's a dog on the TV in the other room because my dog is barking at whatever's on there.
Aw.
Yeah, you hear out of nowhere.
At least it wasn't a cat.
Oh, that was the other stuff that was announced at CinemaCon, Masters of the Universe, which it's my favorite property. Everyone knows that. It's my all-time favorite property all around Masters of the Universe. They showed some behind-the-scenes stuff. Nicholas Galzatine as He-Man doing his training regime. He is buff. And then Jared Leto as Skeletor. Look, it's going to be a killer movie. There is a little bit of Earth, apparently. And then there's all these set photos coming out of like young Adam looking like Grayskull is being invaded by Skeletor and his acolytes. Like Skeletor looks like a force to be reckoned with in this movie, which is what I'm looking for.
Google it will come up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm so pumped. And Adam on Earth was actually the first stuff to leak. But
I just saw the sword and the arms of it.
That was everywhere. So that got officially released by Mattel on their Instagram.
Okay.
So that is not surprising.
Yeah.
But
that's the only thing I've seen from it. So.
Yeah.
And over here, being a badass is Mace Windu. Jesus.
Pummeling droids with his bare hands.
Seriously, like this man is like pure will, and Yoda's like, okay. They're awful not out of breath when they're swinging these things around. Imagine just flying a ship and just having like Mace Windu jump into your ship and be like, turn this around, and you're like, oh, whoa, okay, calm down.
Mm-hmm.
You don't care about Shakti Palpatine. Shut up. Okay, bye.
Mm-hmm.
Get him.
The shaking.
I haven't seen this in so long. It feels like I'm watching it for the first time.
Yeah. I don't think I have.
We're never this captivated in the. You know what? Because we're usually talking about some nonsense because we've already seen the thing 100 times.
Yeah. I was buff like 20 minutes ago. What the?
I'd be so pissed. Set back my whole diet. Meanwhile, it's cutting season now. Bulking season is officially over, and boy, did I forget. So I need to. It's time to start the cut.
Nar.
Yeah. I know, Jeff, you're watching us watch, truly. We usually have like something insightful to say, and this time around we're like, "Oh, pretty." I'm still amazed that like of all the little 3-minute stories we got in season 1, that this story is so long. I realize that that's a function of they decided to change the format for the second one, but like there are so many other stories from season 1 that would have been amazing to see in like a 15 or 20-minute format.
Get the flash drive. Oh, wait. Kyber Crystal.
Yeah, exactly.
Flash drive.
The Wayfinder. Oh, I'm sorry. You mean the map? You mean the map or the compass? Like the Wayfinder. Come on now.
It's a map to Skywalker. Oh, it's a Wayfinder. Sheesh. Shakti is using physics.
Yeah, she's really, really good. Incredibly skilled. Very smart to take the baton from the robot.
Oh no.
Shirtless Anakin playing a literal video game, going up the levels.
Sorry, my mom's dog hears our neighbor's King Charles barking. It's her boyfriend, so she gets all excited. Dang,
well, at least the weird native creatures are still strong. Probably didn't lose a lot of gains. You just lost your abs.
Yeah, but they're really going to be pissed when they look in the mirror and they go, "Oh no!
What the hell?" The colors are amazing.
Yeah.
Oopsie daisy.
Run, bitches.
Get that crystal.
This feels like something out of an anime.
Yeah. Just hang upside down. It's fine.
Oh, and he lost his hand. Explains why we don't see the gold hand anywhere after this.
Yeah.
Wait, did they save the environment? Did they like unfuck the environment? Like, is climate change fixed?
They opened a dam and made it snow.
Oh, Anakin's gonna kill more people. Oh!
Oops.
Girl. What Anakin just did was out of control. I love it. He's right, though. You have to kill your enemies.
Yeah, we go over this every week. Don't bring them home.
Every week.
Nobody ever gets brought to justice. Yeah. Blow that shit up. Crunch.
Oh my god, I would love an army of like giant bear followers to go eat some people. That sounds amazing.
Rat bears. They were cat people, now they're rat bears.
Yep.
Oh, this is awful. His tattoos are gone. It's okay, they're not.
Oh, so sweet.
Why are all these people fat?
Why are they so gigantic?
Oh, let me get one. Let me get one. Oh, look, there's babies. Did you see that? All of a sudden, there were babies all over the place.
Oh, Jesus. That's quick. The lead guy, the Ewok-looking guy, has that, like, hook kind of stick, just like the lead Ewok from the cartoon from the 80s. That's obviously an Easter egg.
Oh, that's wild. The staff. Oh, sorry, guys.
Obi-Wan did shit in this episode, let me tell you.
He looked
Where's
at
Anakin
Anakin snarkily. That's enough.
Shakti's fighting for her life over there, rescuing the Emperor and doing it
And
all.
Obi-Wan,
He's there for moral support.
Obi-Wan is watching Anakin get attacked by leeches, tattooed with blue paint, shirtless in the freezing cold, loses a hand, steals a crystal.
3 words for you. Peyote.
No, I know. Girl, he's been hot. He took some edibles before this episode.
Yeah.
Grievous is going to kill these other two Jedi.
Meanwhile, Muftak and
you gotta know
Yash
that's
are still running for their lives.
Yep.
The
Extra hands. Yep.
He runs so funny. He's just like, I can't. Grievous is like Batman up in the ceiling. Foreshadowing.
They're all backing up. Mm-hmm.
Gee, why don't we see these guys?
Well, yeah, there we go. Now you're doing something useful. Oh, Mace Windu got close. So Shakti was still alive. Still super frustrating.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan finally stops looking stoned.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, come on. We just saw you guys drag down an entire freaking ship.
Oh, did you see SNL this weekend?
Yeah.
Did you at least see the Ego?
Cosmetic.
What? Oh, Lauren's gonna be mad at y'all.
Lauren's gonna be mad at y'all.
That was so good. She was.
Right.
Here's the thing. She's so underrated.
For sure.
It makes me crazy because, like, I feel like she should be a breakout star.
Well, Sashir is. So you just have to step away.
That's the thing. I think sometimes on the show you could be okay, and then in the real world you're gigantic, or the reverse happens where you're great on the show and like only ho hum in the real world. I can't believe it ends like that. Like, I need like 12 more. Well,
it ends right where it has to.
I know.
Which kind of like it, but to be honest with you, that's also basically where Clone Wars, the Clone Wars ends, is at the beginning of the the kidnapping and so forth. Also,
it's crazy. We start with the ship battle and we end with the ship battle.
That was the Clone Wars micro series. What a moment in time. And look, like I mentioned, we're going to be off for the next 2 weeks because of celebration programming. But then when we come back for Clone Wars Season 2, it is going to be a huge step up from Season 1.
For sure.
some fantastic episodes. A lot of bounty hunters. Boba Fett makes the scene, so we'll see Daniel Logan.
Awesome.
We'll get Aura Singh, is played by the awesome Jamie King. There's a bunch of just fantastic guest stars who pop in this season. We'll see more Hondo. Like it's gonna be awesome. So I'm really excited to start watching Clone Wars season 2. And again, that'll be in 3 weeks. So on April 28th, we're taking the next 2 weeks off because of Celebration. So on April 28th, we will be
So
back.
we won't be here, but we'll still be on the network.
Yeah. And Jeff, you're correct. The seasons get better and better, especially
Sure.
Clone Wars season 7, which, by the way, they're actually going to be airing or showing the Clone Wars series finale, season 7, the last 4 episodes, Siege of Mandalore, over in Japan.
The best ones, yeah.
Because it was meant to be a movie. It always was. That should have been the thing that went into movie theaters, but we had the pandemic, so we watched it at home.
Cried our eyes out.
Exactly. So good.
Fine.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us this week. As a reminder, follow us on all of our social channels. And of course, next week, be prepared for all things Celebration. It'll just be news desks. But this week, we've got a happy hour tomorrow, like we always do. We've got the Nerf Herders on Wednesday, because we just did Andor season 1, the Women of Andor season 1, part 2, last week on Daughters.
Coming up.
Yeah. And then more Daughters will be coming post-Celebration. We had the Thursday night watch along for Andor season 1, episode 11. Episode 12 is this week, the finale. So we will be done with Andor this week in time for Celebration. And then our last news desk on Saturday before Celebration with me and Gary. We're going to be talking about the artists. We're going to look at the show map.
So many good artists.
There's so much cool stuff that we still have to talk about for Celebration. Just getting everyone ready for that and the Not So event. So it'll be a good time.
And I hate that I missed out on it, but I really love my friend Chris Travis's artwork. He did all the ships. So you got like Hera and the Ghost, you got Han and the Falcon, you got other freighters with Luthen and his ship, and it's just like, oh man.
It's going to be fantastic.
It's going to be so good. So make sure you check out the Artists Alley when you get to.
We'll be showcasing all of that and a bunch of other
Maybe
stuff.
We go live from
For sure.
You have to send us pictures and stuff. And you'll get wall-to-wall coverage here on the network.
For sure.
So be sure to follow the Facebook page if you're not already doing that. Our Instagram channel will be posting on Threads. I think we'll be posting on X as well.
We are
Either way,
everywhere.
we're going to be everywhere. Yeah, it's going to be chaotic. And of course, the Not So event is basically a little over a week away. And of course, thank you to Hyperspace Props for sponsoring our event. I do want to put up some cards real quick. Just what were the other announcements we had? Where are my clicks?
Clickies.
I know, it's like, show me. There we go.
Show me the money.
We've got this is the updated information on autographs at the Not So Virtual Cantina Special Edition. Yep, Katie O'Brien was recently announced. Kiriana, Chris. There's quite a number of people coming. And actually,
Marty Matulis.
I love Marty so much.
I've not yet met him.
I've only seen him on the watch-alongs, so I have to meet him also. He is on my list.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Katie and Kiriana were the most recent guests that we just announced. Obviously, Katie from all things The Mandalorian, and then Kiriana from Skeleton Crew. And then where is the Hyperspace Props? Looking for the actual show page. Here we go. Here's our Hyperspace Props graphic. As a reminder, you can use code NSVCSE. That's Not So Virtual Cantina Special Edition for 10% off your purchase.
Get some credits. Get some cards.
Yes, let's talk about something that nobody can go to because it's all sold out.
There will be Lightning Lane passes, or Lightning passes. I forget what we're calling them.
Hyperspace.
I will be taking bribes at the door.
Yes, bribes, exactly. Who's running door? Is it you, Skip?
Yep.
Meanwhile, I love that. I forgot that this is how we were showing me.
That was hilarious.
Guys, I can't. I was busy. I was at the Screamboat New York City premiere.
You left us hanging, so we made fun of you.
Yeah. Oh no, I've only watched a little bit because it's been that kind of week. But Screamboat was really fun. Kylie Minogue was amazing. Like it's been a good week. We'll talk more about it next week, I think, or not next week. On the news desk.
In 3 weeks.
Yeah, in 3 weeks we'll be back. All right.
Yeah.
And you guys have anything else for the group before we go?
No, that's gonna be it. While Celebration is going on, if you guys are in the Boston area and you're not going to Celebration Japan, please come. Tickets are free. wickedcomiccon.com. It's 10 to 5 on Saturday the 19th. I'll have a table in Artist Alley with the rest of the amazing artists, local artists. Small show, a lot of really cool artists and vendors. Make sure you come by and say hi. Shout out to Bob and Kim and the crew for putting on another awesome show, and I cannot wait to be a part of it. So that's Saturday the 19th, 10 to 5 at the Hyatt Seaport in Boston.
That's awesome. Everyone who's in Boston, make sure you go support Ashley.
Thank you.
All righty. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in this week. Skip, safe travels.
Yes.
Ashley, I will see you on the news desk.
Yep.
And everyone be sure to tune in. It's going to be a real for everyone feeling left behind and maybe you've got a little bit of FOMO. We are going to keep you well fed. So
Yes.
It's going to be a great time here on the network. You're going to get all the information you need straight from our exec team who's going over there. Like we're going to be on it. I literally took off work that Friday so I can be on it. So
we're going to get texts at all hours of the day and night to know what we cover.
Because live is technically 14 hours difference.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you know what? We got you. So stay tuned.
All right. Thank you guys so much for joining. As always, what do we say? Long live the Republic.
Long live the Republic. Woo!
Bye.
Night, guys.
Hello there. Hi, I'm Mark Buttle. I'm the Director of Programming at the Virtual Cantina Network, and I'm here with James Arnold Taylor, the voice of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yes, I know that one well. I have the high ground if I do. Wait, yes. Thank you. Now I have the high ground. And you are watching Pro News Revisited. This is the show you're looking for.